Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kimmerman from Kimmerman Gunpla Studio. And today, this is my comeback review for Gundam model kit reviews since I got so busy nowadays and I got so many things to do. But now I just finish those things and back to business for Gunpla reviews. And today I got here Gundam Deathscythe from Gundam Wing, and this is the Endless Waltz version, the master grade version for Deathscythe. To be honest, I much like the TV version, still the TV version, since this is the Gundam series that made me close and addicted to Gunpla collecting. But since this is still the Gundam Deathscythe, my most favorite, or one of my most favorite Gundam design, and the pilot, of course, from the Gundam Wing, because of Duo Maxwell. He's a very funny character. He's my favorite character in this series. So I started to collect all the Gundam Wing kits. So this is my second Wing kits, second to the Gundam Wing TV version, which I already reviewed before. So I got here Gundam Deathscythe. So let's go with the aesthetics for this kit. So the kit here has somehow the resemblance from the TV version, except for the head. Supposed to be this head is black for the TV version, but for the Endless Waltz, this is white in color. And the silhouette here looks like having a bat wing shoulder armor, and we got here this very nice chest appearance. Got this sharp vents for the torso, and we got here a camera for the crotch. So there's a crotch camera. And for the legs, we got here spikes for the knees, and we got spikes for the toes as well. So it reminds me of the Gundam Deathscythe Hell costume. So it got the feature for it, even for the first release of Duo Maxwell, since this is the EW version. So this has the feature for that. And what I don't like here is the shield. To be honest, I much like the shield in the TV version. It has the cross design there, which is badass looking to me. So it has a cross, but here it doesn't have it. So it does have only this kind of pincers and this beam here that emits, and it will act as a projectile weapon for the kit. So I'll just remove it, since this is just an effect. So the appearance of this should be like this, okay? Or should I move it like that? Actually, it's a bit fragile, so I'm very careful on playing this pieces here, since I don't like to break things here. So this is a bit fragile, and I will not move it. But the appearance is supposed to be, this is a lock type of shield. Okay, so I'll remove first this sight, the beam sight. So let's go with the head. So the head here has this kind of appearance. So the V-fin, I really like the V-fin appearance of the Deathscythe. So the head can rotate side to side like that, and can look up and look down like that, side to side, of course. And there's this missile hatches from the shoulders, and the arms can rotate, okay, 360 degrees. Okay. So there it can rotate 360 degrees, and shoulder can move inward like that. So there's the shoulder hinge inside, it can move inward like that, and the arms can raise up to this far. The elbows can bend almost 180 degrees like that. Okay. And the hands, I change it from the stock to the dolly decal hands, provided that I applied the peg. There's the peg, and I drilled holes on the site, which I will show you later. The torso can rotate to this far, but not 360 degrees because of the side skirts. So the side skirts can raise like that, but be careful with that because it can easily fall off. So the side skirt is not that secured, so I might put glue on this later on. So the side skirt is not that secure. Okay, the front skirt, it has double hinge. There's a ball joint in the there inward. Inside there's a ball joint, and we got hinge on that part. Okay. The legs can kick up to this far, and it can kick backward up to that far. Okay, so I put some decal there, number 2, since it's a duo Maxwell. Duo means 2, so I put a decal from this is from the RGM ground type, so I put the excess number here. And we got butt flaps that can move independently. Okay, so the knees can bend up to that far. Sorry for my voice, I really got a bad flu. So there, can bend it, double jointed. And for the ankles here can move side to side. There we got toe extension and toe flexion like that, and the spike here can move, so the toes here can move. This part here for the Deathscythe is very unique from the other Gundam wing kits because it has its toe movement compared with the other Gundam wing kits that doesn't have that toe movement. Okay, so for the backpack here, we got this boosters here, and there it can move also. It's protected or connected by ball joints, so just be careful when playing this because the ball joints or the gray parts for the wing kits are a bit fragile, and it's easy to have a stress mark. So I remember the Gundam X kit, master grade, that has this very weak gray plastic parts. So wing kits has somehow this kind of plastic issue, even though it's a Bandai kit. Okay, so there we got this articulation. So for the accessory, so basic accessory for the Deathscythe, of course, is the beam sight. So I got here the site, which I put or drilled the holes for him to hold it using the dolly decal can. So I drilled three set of holes there, so I can attach it there like this. If I want the dead side to hold the site like this, okay, so there you can do posts like this, okay. And of course the beam effect part for the shooting shield or the projectile shield. So it's easy to attach. We got the peg here and the peg port there, so just put it there, attach it there, and do some angles for the claw or the pin sears here. So the pin sear here is a bit a bit stiff, so I don't play with this pin sear too much because I'm afraid I might destroy those pegs. Okay, so the pin sear is like that, and it will shoot off the enemies. So I'm just curious if I can use the parts or shield weapon or shield accessories for the other wing kits, since all the wing kits have this generic peg for the shield. So I got here the Gundam Wing TV version. So I got here this peg, but I know it doesn't have. So the wing TV version here has this peg here, but for the Proto Zero, we can borrow the shield, but I don't have the Proto Zero with me because I sent it to Germany. So if I got the Proto Zero, the shield can be used by the Deathscythe. But I got here the heavy arms, so I got here the Gundam heavy arms with me. So let's check if the shield can be applied to Gundam heavy arms. Okay, so the shield here has this generic port also there. So can we use the shield of heavy arms to Deathscythe? Yes, we can. And so we got the shield there. And how about attaching the Deathscythe shield on the heavy arms? Of course we can do so because they share the same port. Okay, just like that. And there we got heavy arms with the Deathscythe shield, which looks nice. Very nice. Okay, so I'll remove it. How about the blade? This blade of the heavy arms, can we attach there? Of course, yes. There we can use it for Deathscythe. And now Deathscythe has the knife, heavy arms knife on the right arm. So let's put this on the heavy arms, which will make the heavy arms more sexy. There we go. Heavy arms with the Deathscythe shield. Okay. So heavy Deathscythe. Okay, so how about if we use the backpack? So if can we remove it? Yes, because they share the generic peg or ports for the backpack. So there, I'm going to remove this backpack here for heavy arms, and There, can remove the arms and shift it with the Deathscythe. Of course, they got the same peg. And there you go. This is the heavy debt. We got the heavy debt Gundam there. So nice for the heavy arms now. Let's compare the Gundam Deathscythe with the other kits here. So we got here, of course, the Gundam Heavy Arms, and they are all of the same height, 17.5 centimeters or 17 centimeters, I guess. And I got here the Gundam Wing TV version. So there, they are all of the same height. So compare it with the other kits like the Gundam or the Shining Gundam. So they are all of the same height, since G Gundam lines and the Gundam wings, they are all of the same height. Of course, even the Gundam X here from the After War Gundam X, they are all of the same height, since this 90s Gundam here in the Philippines, the Gundam X, Gundam Wing, and G Gundam, which is the trio series that made us fall in love with Gundam, they are all of the same height in terms of the master grade kits. But if we're going to compare it with the Universal Century model kit here, I got here the Gundam F90. So F90, of course, is a bit smaller compared with the wing kits and the G Gundam and Gundam X lines. So there, you can see the comparison. And how about if we compare it with the Bandai Gundam RX-78 version 3.0 master grade here? I got here the granddaddy of all Gundam. So granddaddy is taller among those series. So again, thank you so much for watching this review. This is Kimmerman from Kimmerman Gunpla Studio saying good night, God bless, take care, happy building.